Somewhere in your living room, a machine is running right now that knows your passwords, your payment details, your viewing habits, and every streaming service you've ever trusted. It sits behind 60 inches of glass and brushed aluminum, utterly silent, utterly still. And scammers have already mapped every crack in its architecture. One pop-up, one phone call, one click, and they don't just get your TV, they get a foothold inside your home network. And from there, everything becomes easier to reach. This video is brought to you by the Durability Project, where we explore why the things we buy no longer last and the engineering decisions that quietly shape their lifespan. That panel of tempered glass runs 60 inches across. Behind it, a processor runs warmer than most people expect from something just sitting on a TV stand. And the data pipeline it feeds? That never closes. Not when you hit power. Not at 2 in the morning. Not ever. Most people treat a smart TV like a lamp. It sits there. You point a remote at it and something happens. But underneath that brushed aluminum shell, there is a machine running a full operating system, the same class of software that runs phones and tablets. And it is maintaining persistent internet connections around the clock, logging behavioral data at a scale that would make a marketing firm blush. The smart TV was not designed around the viewer's privacy. It was designed around the viewer's data. Streaming history, search queries, login credentials for a half-dozen services, stored payment details in some cases. All of it sitting in one place, behind one interface, protected by whatever password a family typed in on a Tuesday night 3 years ago, and never changed. Inside that shell, the architecture is surprisingly dense. The OS layer, Roku, Android TV, Samsung's Tizen, LG's Web OS, runs like any other operating system, managing apps, handling network requests, storing credentials. Layered underneath that is something called ACR, Automatic Content Recognition. It doesn't just show you content, it watches you watch it. Not just what you stream through the TV's own apps, what you watch on external inputs too. A cable box, a game console, a Blu-ray player. The TV sees the image on its own screen and matches it against a database. It knows what you watched, when you watched it, and for how long. And it reports that back to the manufacturer and to third-party advertisers through background processes that run whether you are aware of them or not. A smart TV is not a screen. It is a network node. It has an IP address. It has open ports. It sits inside the same local network as your laptop, your phone, your tablet. And in most homes, it is the least secure device on that network because nobody thinks to update its firmware. Nobody treats it like infrastructure. But that is exactly what it is. The attack surface on a smart TV, meaning the total number of ways a bad actor can reach into it, is surprisingly wide. App stores on these platforms have inconsistent vetting. The browser-like interfaces that many smart TVs use to render web content are essentially stripped-down web browsers, and they carry the same vulnerabilities. Notification systems can be hijacked to display messages that look indistinguishable from official alerts. The bones of the machine were built for data flow, not for defense. Think about a home router. People update router firmware. They know it is a gateway, so they treat it accordingly. A smart TV is also a gateway to credentials, to payment methods, to viewing habits. But it sits in the living room like furniture. Nobody patches furniture. And that gap between what the TV actually is and how people actually treat it, that is not an accident. Manufacturers built this architecture to maximize data collection because that data is worth money. The same pipelines that carry your viewing habits out to advertisers are the same pipelines a scammer wants to ride in the other direction. The screen is the smallest part of what a smart TV does. Behind the glass, it is running a continuous harvest operation. That is not a flaw in the design. That is the design itself. Friday night. A family settles onto the couch, someone picks up the remote, and before anything loads, a red banner fills the screen. It carries the Netflix logo, a string of error code characters, and a phone number in large white text. The message says the account has been compromised. It says to call immediately. The number is not Netflix's. That banner is not a technical exploit. There is no code injection happening, no sophisticated zero-day vulnerability being cracked open. The crowbar here is cognitive. It is the gap between what the screen displays and what the person sitting 10 feet away assumes it means. A pop-up on a TV screen carries a weight that the same message on a laptop does not. The TV is the centerpiece of the room. It is where the household gathers. When it speaks, people listen. The scam follows a sequence that has been sharpened through repetition. The banner creates urgency. The phone number routes to a call center built from the ground up to sound like official support. Hold music, account verification steps, scripted language about security protocols. The voice on the other end is calm and professional. And by the time you start to question it, you're already halfway through doing exactly what they asked. And then comes the ask: remote access to resolve the issue, or a fee paid through a gift card to restore the service. Gift cards and peer-to-peer payment apps like Cash App or Zelle are the chosen rails for a reason. They are fast. They are largely irreversible. A wire transfer can sometimes be clawed back through the right channels. A $500 Google Play gift card, read aloud digit by digit over a phone call, cannot. The money moves and it does not come back. That is not a side effect of the method. That is the method. Remote access is where this stops being a scam and becomes a breach. At that point, they're not convincing you anymore. They're inside. Tools like AnyDesk and TeamViewer were built for legitimate IT support. They let a technician see and control a device from anywhere. Scammers instruct victims to install these tools on a phone or laptop, sometimes walking them through it step by step. Once that connection is established, the scammer is not just looking at one device. They are inside the local network. They can probe connected devices, harvest stored credentials, and plant persistent backdoors that sit quietly for weeks before anyone notices. The network topology of a home makes this devastating. The smart TV connects to the home router. The router connects to everything: the laptop with saved banking passwords, the phone running two-factor authentication apps, the smart speakers, the security cameras. Handing a scammer access to one node on that network is handing them a map of all of it. The BBB has documented cases where victims lost thousands of dollars after responding to fake streaming service alerts, paying fees they were told would restore their access. In several of those cases, the financial damage continued to grow weeks later as unauthorized access to other accounts surfaced one by one. The durability of this scam comes from borrowed trust. Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Samsung, LG. Those names represent years of earned credibility. Scammers do not build that credibility. They wear it. They wrap fraudulent workflows in interfaces that are built pixel by pixel to look exactly like the real thing. The pop-up is not the attack. The pop-up is the door. What comes through it? The phone call, the remote access session, the gift card demand, that is the attack. The scammers never needed to break through 60 inches of glass and brushed aluminum. They just needed someone to pick up the phone. That TV sitting in your living room right now is not passive. It is a node, a credential vault, a machine with an open channel running day and night. And the people targeting it know its architecture better than most owners ever will. So treat it like infrastructure. Update the firmware. Never hand remote access to someone who called you first. Never pay an activation fee through a gift card. When a pop-up throws a phone number at you, find that number yourself on the official website. Every network is only as secure as its weakest node. Right now, that weakest node is the one you trust the most because it looks like a screen. Brought to you by the Durability Project